Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This video will be going through my AFLW Fantasy team review for round 7, in which I ended up scoring 1563, which was for the round 64th, which I believe is in the last 4 weeks my third round inside the top 70. Yeah, so I've gone 59th in round 4, 631st in round 5, not the best round, then 36 in round 6, and then in round 7 I've gone 64th, bringing my overall rank down to 72nd from 150 or so, 156. So yeah, I've basically just over halved my rank there. And in terms of, if we just pull this across here as well to show you, if we go to rankings here, you can see that I am now, 327 points off the leader, whereas last round, if we look at it as well here, I was 425, so I've closed in about 90 odd points, as you would see there. As Nick is still leading, I have closed in 95 points there. And then the round before that as well, we closed in a little bit more points on the leader as in the last couple rounds. As you can see there, 7,594. So that was 555 or 556 points there. And so the last couple rounds, we have closed in about 230 points on the leader and absolutely smashed it. So really, really happy with the last couple of rounds, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's jump into this review here. So McLaughlin scored a 49, which is kind of surprising, not gonna lie. She's been on fire lately, 94, 95, 100. So yeah, she's done really, really well. But a 49 against Melbourne, not the greatest. She just couldn't get her hands on the footy from what I've seen there. But she'll be fine, I think, in the long run. Brisbane this week, I think she'll be fine. Just need to double check if she's going to be, if her well, let's just check in general if DFS has the CBA stats in, because I don't think she had any CBAs, but we can just double check that if they've got the stats in. 53% CBAs, so not actually the worst there anyway. So I think it was just a poor game, which she'll bounce back from. Watson, 82. She's been on fire the last 4 weeks, 98, 89, 107, 82. She's now averaging 78 for the year, and that is what that is 187, 294, 296, 376 in the last 4 weeks. So she had about about 170 points, 170 points through the first 3, but now she's gone and added 376 in the last 4 weeks, averaging like 95 in the last 4, and she's really taken away the game from a lot of people. I mean, she didn't gain too much cash this week. If we look at it, she gained in total 34k, but she was, I think, 700k or so, 730k, 740k, and she's just gone bang, 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 and just hammered out scores and been a difference maker. Most of you would have known that I was planning on trading into Tilly Lucas-Rod to cover off Paxman, because Paxi just fell away. And I'm really happy that I brought her in. She had a really good game, 20 kicks, her season high for kicks, alongside 9 marks, another season high, and also added in the 3 tackles for the 108, and we'll gladly take that. That was a huge win for that, as she might have lost, did she lose any cash this week, or did she gain cash? She gained 44k, so we're really happy about that as well, so she's gaining cash. McCormack, she went 79 against the Eagles. That's a perfect time. And just back to what she does best. The 5 tackles were in there, the 4 marks as well, and she just did what we needed her to do. A 79 is perfect, and she's going to be an awkward one to trade out in the future, because I feel like she's not going to be necessarily top 5, because if we go to this, you'll see Chaplin's jumped into the top 5 here. But McCormack could be one that's so, I mean, she's top 5 at the moment, but you're going to see probably the likes of Goodwin close in very, very quickly here on top 5. And it's like Chaplin's running away with it. Does she hold her top of the line? It's this awkward mess here of, is someone, because if she has a normal game there that and take away like 40 points, because a 120 is an absolute bonkers game, she's 5'10" through 7, which is an average of like 72, and she's down around here, maybe 73. So she's below Cormac and in between Cordner at like sort of top 5 rather than top 2. So yeah, it's an awkward one to be there. But anyway, and then you've got Conan 69. We're just happy that she only lost to Goodwin by 8 points. That was the big sort of decision this week, was Conan versus Goodwin. And then also another decision. Yes, it was tactically wrong in the end, but if you were to say, oh, Goodwin only beat Conan by 8 points, and with the other trade that I obviously made, with the Riddell trade, you would have been pretty happy in general if you didn't know the Riddell numbers. But Rigioni as well, happy for the cash generation. Don't know what exactly her break even is, but I'm pretty sure it'll be relatively low this week. If she can pull out another decent enough score, then we're looking at her potentially being 400k. And so 400k would give me enough cash to make a maneuver next week as well to make an upgrade. So really happy about that as well. And then you've got Noffy 135, absolutely happy about that. Finally I put a good captaincy on a 135, and you're disappointed because Gardner goes the 173, which is annoying. But yeah, the Noffy 135, huge captaincy score, especially because some people full captained like a Garner or someone of that regard, and I didn't. I went with Noffy. Would have loved the extra 38 points, as that extra 38 points we can actually start to show it would put me at 374, which that alone would have put me roughly 53rd. So 19 ranks up if it was if I put the captaincy on the likes of Gardner, which yeah, captaincy's already probably cost me, if we look at this, what's that, 38 points there. This week as well, a 133 actually I took the Noffy points, so that would be that looks wrong, but anyway, no, I didn't take the Noffy points, so that is 38 plus also another 10, so 48. Maybe could have gone Bowers, but I don't think I would have logically gone that. So that's 48 points. And then Noffy went 165 in this. I did captain that, which was a good call, did I? Or did I not? No, I captained, I believe I captained Gardner in that game, didn't I? Yeah, I captained Gardner in that round. So I lost a 165 over a 117. So that's another 48 points. So I'm at 96 points in captaincies. And then we can go back further and look at this one. And I captained a 118 over a 143, which is another 25 points. So what's that now? I believe we're already looking at 91 points, I think, maybe 101 points already. And then obviously I got that one right this week, and then the week before that as well. I got another captaincy that's round 4. Round 2, got the captaincy right there. And then round 1 as well, got the captaincy pretty much spot on in that week as well. Far out, this team's come a long way from round 1. But yeah, you can see already 100 and let's just call it 100 clean points would put me at roughly 436, which that alone in captaincies could have been top 30. So also could have been 31st, 32nd. So it is what it is with captaincies. You're going to get them wrong. Just a little bit annoying that I've got them pretty much wrong in most rounds than not. Went for Riddell, which was an error. She lost 120k, but went 86. Has Sydney this week, probably going to get tagged, but I didn't expect her to have her lowest disposal count of the year by, well, actually, no, it wasn't the lowest disposal count of the year. Tied lowest, but her lowest score of the year by 8. And so, yeah, a little bit disappointing on that front. Could have easily gone and scored a 120, but that game was just an awkward game where no one really actually scored well. Bowers 131, she's gone bang bang. I know a couple of people traded her out, and I'm really happy that I didn't a couple of weeks ago, because in the last 3 weeks she is averaging 140, and I'm guessing leading the comp except for maybe Bowers 147. Marinoff 147 in the last 3 weeks. So those two are on fire, alongside the likes of Gardner, because Garner and Riddell had stinkers. But yeah, really, really happy about Bowers. I know that this top 5 midfield is going to give me strength each week, because I'm bound to get probably the top score for the round within these 5, unless it's maybe a ruck that goes off. I can't really see a forward or a defender going large in the top 5. And if we look at the lower bound players, like if we look at round points here, obviously the likes of Gardner was top, Marinoff second, Bow was third. Then Wales had a really positive matchup, doesn't have it this week, so don't expect her to score well. Fitzsimmons went off, don't expect her to score well. Blackburn went off, don't expect her to score well consistently. Chaplin as well. Newton, but these people scoring their top scores are basically the baseline for a lot of these girls. They're average, so I'm expecting at least one of them to pop off each week and be a captaincy option, which will be huge because that's an extra 30, 40, 50 points potentially over a lot of people who, I mean, a lot of people have most of these girls, but if they don't have that one, it could be a double captaincy score, could be a differential of maybe 80 points in total there if you don't have them all. But I'm pretty sure 70 or 80% of the top 50 have them, top 100 have them all. Gardner we talked about. Reedy, it's just annoying. It is what it is. She's lost her cash over time. Really wish I'd gone with the likes of Banfield. I'm pretty sure if we go to Banfield, she's 466k. Would have been a lot better of an option there, to be honest with you. And obviously Young has done all right. But yeah, cash gen is basically cooked for me, except for Dunlop, Young, and Rigioni has another, about 200k between, 300k probably between them in total. Hopefully a little bit more in the coming weeks if they can get a little bit of a cash gen bump. But yeah, 200k more to really sort of maneuver around. And yeah, I'm pretty much maxed out. It's just, I guess, getting those differential picks in the forward line and the defender line that I need to do. Reedy, etc. we talked about. Then Scholes 94, she came on really, really late, scoring I think something like 15 or 20 points in the last 90 seconds of the game to really put home that she got that huge score, averaging 96 in the last three. She's just doing what we need her to do as a ruck, and I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that she is now the second most expensive ruck, as she's gone past Strom, who had the Carlton for an 88. So yeah, pretty happy that she's gone past her. So if I do make the switch after next week, it looks as if that could be a potential cash generating option there. If Scholes versus Strom, I'd have to look at the break evens again, but I'm pretty sure that Scholes will have a decent enough break even to be able to make even more cash on that, and that could be a really good move to make a difference maker there. Dunlop, I'm happy for the 48. She now has Carlton, which is a tough-ish matchup. But yeah, 47% time on ground for a 48 is a little bit annoying. Would just like to see her get played. Goldsworthy went off in the last little bit. I think she kicked a goal late, I want to say, or something to get to the 106. She's been amazing since we've had her. Went 93 in the first game, and since then has covered off, 587 points in 6 games, and that has been pretty big. So yeah, I just want to check what was her last quarter in this game. It was a 33-point last quarter. McCormack had a 31-point last quarter, and then also had a 38-point third quarter. So she was amazing. She had a really actually slow start from memory there, but only with the 14 points in the first and 21 in the second. So she was on 35 at halftime. So to get to a 106 is actually a really, really good job. And then McCormack as well, I'm pretty sure had a slow start. She was on 16 at quarter, 40 at half. So actually had a really good second. And then the third quarter, 8, and the last quarter, 31. So she could easily bound that together for a little bit more. Ham 89, I know a lot of people traded her out because they thought tough fixturing coming, but she just seems to be going strength to strength. She had 23 touches, 5 marks, 4 tackles. She's just become integral part of that midfield for Sydney, and they ran it really close with Adelaide there. Probably also a little bit unlucky with a couple of holding the balls that probably weren't there. Maybe were there under the new rules, but weren't umpired evenly in that game, but it is what it is. And 89 you're going to take every day of the week. And then Woodland 51, this is where the real sort of chaos happens this week. What do we do with trades? And I think Woodland, Barney, Maloney are the weakest 3. I think that's pretty obvious in the forward line, and then Conan is the weakest in the back line. Those are the 4 areas that I really want to look at differentials potentially, and really looking up at matchups and roles and just seeing, can I get something that I really like? So yeah, those 4 are probably got to go, and we'll see what we can do with upgrades later on in the week. But yeah, Woodland 51 looked like she was attempting to tag and just not doing well. her disposals were down mostly because I think Window came back in. I think Window ended up with a 75 or so. If we just go to Window here and look at it, Window ended up with a 76. Her cash, she's probably got some cash gen to make, I would say. And I just need to look at the CBAs for Port Adelaide. But I'm pretty sure we'll see that Woodland 56%, Piper Window 44. So she didn't actually come in and play too much on ball. But I did like what I saw out of Piper Window. So she's a potential target just for massive cash gen in the next couple of weeks, because that could still be huge. Barney 35, she just got smacked in the ruck, simple as that. And yeah, couldn't really do anything, only 7 hit outs, the 5 tackles, and the only 3 touches. That was really where she lost it. If she gets another, if she gets her usual sort of 15 touches, that's probably, you'd expect another 35 points or so, which gets her up to the 70 or so that she usually gets. And then we use Cos as a potential loop if Garner did well, but obviously Garner had a stinker. And we have Maloney here, which 72 was pretty good. Could have been a lot better if she could kick straight and take marks, but in the end you take the 72 from her. Carlton I don't think is the best matchup, so we're probably going to move her on, but we'll see about that. And then Lauren Young with the 20, that kind of sucked as they lost that pretty deep in the game. That game, as it was the largest 3-quarter comeback. Again, St Kilda doing that, both men's and women's. But yeah, Lauren Young, key forwards don't do the best, so it might be time to move her on soon, as her break-evens are going to start to skyrocket a little bit, and we need to realize all the cash that we can get to make upgrades happen. So we'll see what we do there. But anyway, just really, really happy with the round. 64th rank for the round, 72 overall. And if I make another 100 points on the leaders, that's a massive gain. And I think it's a big, big potential of happening. 100 points, as we said, would get me up to about 30th next week if I could possibly do it. Obviously, it's a lot harder as these teams are massive. And they're going to probably do round about what I'm scoring in general. But if I can have another big week, another top 50, not the top 40 round for the week, it's going to do massive wonders to my overall rank. And hopefully I can push inside the top 10, but we'll see how that goes. But if you did enjoy that video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.